Hello everyone, it's Michelle from Gypsy Insights. This is a different kind of tarot reading. It's not dependent on your sign or element. If you are guided to this reading, you'll know if it is meant for you. And I'd really appreciate it if you would like, share and subscribe if you enjoy this new, different kind of tarot reading. Hello everyone, my name is Michelle.
My name is Richard.
Welcome to the latest installment of Soulful Repair. Quickly before we get started, I wanted to mention that we have all of the Soulful Repair readings available on my channel under the playlist of Soulful Repair. So if you're enjoying these readings, please check those out as well, the ones that we've done before. And one of those, if this doesn't resonate, then one of those may. So please go and check those out if you haven't already. Okay, let's get started with the reading. Such a Curious Dream from Alice the Wonderland Oracle. This is about needing to ground yourself after coming down off a particular experience that some may have found exceptional. It's like coming down off the high, if you will. It's like going on some fantastic, exciting moments in life, travel, perhaps even a relationship, and needing to come home and finding it difficult to integrate the experience into reality. Now, Richard has pulled from the Dark Goddess Oracle the card of Inanna, which speaks of seduction.
So Inanna is the archetypal seducer of Sumerian origin. Inanna was the goddess of sex, war, political power, and was the original version of the goddess Ishtar. Her powers of seduction knows no bounds, enabling her to win over hearts, minds, and entire realms. So this situation might have involved some seduction as well, hey?
Right. Being seduced by a person, perhaps a lifestyle. Let's see where this goes. I do have the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck, so it may have to do with love. I'm going to cut the cards. I've already meditated on the energy. And we'll get started. We'll do a horseshoe style reading here. Start with the past energy, the present energy, the near future, your advice or your best path to follow, what's happening around you that may be affecting the current situation, your hopes and fears, the outcome, and what this reading is about, or the overall energy.
I'm going to lay down the same cards: past, present, near future, advice, environment, hopes and fears, outcome, and what this reading is about.
Right in the center of this reading, you have the Five of Pentacles. So you're feeling a lack. You feel like something is incomplete. It's a feeling that you've come back from this experience, whatever it means to you, whether it's a vacation, whether it's a relationship, and now you're back to reality, but you're feeling like you're missing out. Like, I want to call this FOMO.
Yeah, fear of missing out on something. Yeah, if it was a relationship, I think it ended, and it ended with the experience.
Yeah. Let's take a look at your overall energy.
The overall energy here is Five of Cups. So it's looking back with regret. So it's kind of similar energy in its own way, isn't it? Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is going to be a reading about a particular person rather than a reading of you and another individual. But it seems to me like there is a past experience that you're having difficulty integrating into reality, into real life, and you feel like everyone else may be having this experience and you aren't now. So there's this feeling of missing out.
Yeah, it's like the experience being over, and then struggling somehow to try and get it back into your life, almost like wanting to get it fixed.
Yeah, let's look at the past energy. Yeah, the Three of Cups. There was a lot of socializing and getting together, having fun. It may have been with a group of people. Perhaps it was, for some of you, multiple dating. But for the majority of you, I feel it was just going out and enjoying yourself. And whatever that means, it may have been while you were traveling. Could have just been, going out to clubs, to bars. Nevertheless, I get a severe case of FOMO just looking at this.
Yeah, it's good times, right?
Good times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at the past over here. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So it's about confusion.
Let's take a look at the present energy. The Four of Swords in reverse. So here's that coming down period. It's like you've been so inflated and you're having such a great time, and then something happened, it ended, may have been rejection involved, and you've had to move on without this group of people. You may have been felt like you've been left behind by a group of friends or one person in particular, and you've gotten to this place now where you've felt a sense of isolation. You may have been cut off from this person or this group of people, but presently you are needing to heal from that, but you may be, I pick it up as potentially just wanting to get back out there and have that experience again, rather than do the reflection or do the work here on yourself.
It's almost like withdrawal, isn't it?
It's a little bit like withdrawal, but wanting that fix again,
yes.
Needing that fix. But you'd be better off going through the withdrawal.
Yeah.
Because I don't think this was particularly good for you in the long run, or it wasn't reality.
Right. Okay, so let's look at the present over here. We have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. And that's a very flaky kind of energy. That's what I'm getting from that. So we've got confusion in the past and flakiness in the present.
Yeah, I get some propensity to make really poor decisions based on spur of the moment kind of feelings. Like, this is going to make me happy, so I'm just going to go and do it. You know?
Yeah.
Let's have a look and see what the near future is. Okay, the Ace of Cups, that's really lovely energy. So I do feel that you are being given, because it's more of a receptive energy with water and emotion, you're being given more of an opportunity to have something bigger. Rather than just good times and fun, you're being given an opportunity to have something deeper, a more meaningful experience, especially if it comes to love.
Okay, so looking over here at the near future, what do you know? The Ace of Cups. So I would say the same thing.
Let's take a look and see what your advice is. Your best path to follow is the High Priestess. So it's about, rather than rushing off here and try to recapture what you had in the past with this, whatever this symbolizes to you, some good times, glory days, if you will. Here it's about needing to stop and reflect, to spend some quiet time before you do anything rash. You know, it's about being quiet and still enough so that you can listen to that inner voice, that inner guidance.
It's like what Michelle was saying before, doing that inner work as opposed to
just racing off and trying to recapture the glory days is what I'm getting.
Okay, so looking over here, we've got the Six of Cups as the advice. It talks to me about the past and reminiscing about the past, but getting the lessons from the past. And it may be part of that inner work.
Has something to do with perhaps childhood.
Or perhaps somebody you knew from the past.
It could be that as well. Let's have a look and see what is happening around you here, the external influence. We've got the Two of Swords, so you may have two different ways to go. And I do feel that there has been a little bit of denial, a denying of the truth, denying that something is over, that the glory days are over here. You may have thought that you could recapture this, but in reality I think it's more about being blinded to the truth. You know, a lot of this is about returning to reality. But I think that there's been a denial of you returning to reality. You've wanted to keep this going, although it was not reality at all. It was more illusion, fantasy, distortion, or even, for some of you, I pick up something that was just... I don't know exactly how to explain this, but it's kind of like... wanting to recreate something from youth. Maybe returning to youth, something like that. Maybe feeling like you've missed out on something in your youth.
Yeah, when I look at that Two of Swords, I really see it as being a choice, fantasy or reality.
Fantasy or reality, but keeping yourself in denial. At least that's how other people are viewing you and the situation around you.
Yeah, so looking at the environment over here for this person, we got the Knight of Pentacles in the upright. So it's a willingness here, I think, to put the work in.
Which is good, and it's a very practical kind of energy as well. Whereas you have the Knight of Swords in reverse, which is very impractical, very hasty, somebody who makes decisions on the spur of the moment without a lot of thinking about the consequences. The Knight of Pentacles is the opposite of that. That's very much slow and steady.
Yeah, that's a knight you can trust.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving forward, but at a slower pace, but you can trust that they'll actually get the job done rather than wimp out at the last minute or not follow through.
Yeah, there's a very deliberate energy behind this
Deliberate,
card.
careful. Yeah. Let's have a look and see. When it comes to the hopes and fears, we have the Fool in reverse. Yeah, again, that hastiness. I feel like something was really rushed into really quickly in the past. Now, that may be the energy of the person over there. They may just be very spontaneous, and they don't have a history of making bad decisions based on in the moment kind of thing. But it seems to me that there is a little bit of regret over that, which is good. Perhaps something that happened in the past between you and this other person, or vice versa.
You know what I'm getting here? I'm getting here that there was involvement over here with this person.
Yeah.
This person rejected this person over here.
Well, left them out of the fun.
Right.
Let's say that.
So what's happened here is this person now has a new love interest from the past, something they really want to work on.
Potentially.
So I see these Ace of Cups here as not being connected.
Not to each other.
Not to each other. I see them being connected to different opportunities. Each one viable. Yes.
Each one based a little bit more in reality. Well, a lot more in reality than this past situation, which I think was entered into very spontaneously.
Yes. And I think there's some regret here on both sides.
I think there is. And the Fool in reverse tells me that it's caution. You know, it is about, for you almost like, it's knocked you a bit in terms of your self-confidence. So it's almost like you fear that you can't have this again in your life. That fear of taking a risk. I feel it's fear of taking that risk again, due to you taking that risk in the past with this situation and it not working out. It left you in a difficult place.
Yeah, so it's being gun shy, isn't it?
Gun shy.
Okay, so let's look over here at hopes and fears. We have the Three of Swords. So the hope is that they're not going to get their heart broken.
Yeah.
Because, I think what's happened here is that this person has rejected this person over here. They've gone towards something else, but they're a little bit concerned that it might not work out because they have rejected this person and they can't go back to them.
Yeah.
And that could possibly be where the regret lies as well when looking back in the past.
I think that they may have gone back to someone in their past. Not this person, but another individual.
Person, that's right.
Now, the outcome here is the Nine of Swords, so it's left you feeling very depressed, anxious, concerned. Again, FOMO. I feel like this is a serious case of FOMO, but it's to the extreme. To the point where it's making you sleepless. You can't seem to be at peace.
Fear of missing out.
Fear of missing out. You think that this person's just having the time of their life and everyone else is having the time of their life, and you're feeling this lack. You're feeling this poverty mindset that you're not being included.
Yeah, that's what I get too. Alright, so looking over here at the outcome, we've got the Hermit. I actually like that energy. So this person, they're reassessing their behaviour, and they're reassessing what happened, and hopefully doing that inner work. Now, I'm not sure if they're alone after some sort of heartbreak.
It could be that.
But we will find out when we do the clarifications in part 2. So there's a lot to clarify here. And we're going to, because this is soulful repair, the one thing we really like to focus on is advice. And in part 2, we're going to parcel out a lot of advice about this situation, what we can do to cure FOMO on this side, fear of missing out, and for this person here, what they can do to help themselves as well.
So I hope that you join us in part 2. The link will be below in the descriptions box. So if this is resonating, please click on that. It'll take you directly to the Vimeo channel where you can view the extended portion of this reading. And if you would like a personal reading, you can email gypsyinsights@gmail.com, and that email is also in the box below. Wishing you the best, and we'll see you soon for another installment of Soulful Repair.
Thank you all. Goodbye and good luck.